Well, that was embarrassing. Yo, what's up, guys? Somebody on today, I'm gonna talk about my New England Patriots getting absolutely dominated, detonated, like straight up just fucked. 40-7 by the Chargers as they officially clinched a playoff spot in Gillette Stadium. Just an absolute good old thrashing, a good old belt to ass. Oh, lineman, come on down to New England. Elliott Wolf, get the fuck out. Gerard Mayo, get the fuck out. DeMarcus Covington, get the fuck out. Kyle Duggar, you motherfucker, get the fuck out. That's all I gotta say about this monstrosity of a game and this monstrosity of a team. Gerard Mayo and Elliott Wolf, get the fuck off of my team, bro. Get the fuck off of my team. Elliott Wolf constructed this monstrosity of a roster, and Gerard Mayo opened up like the game basically like, oh yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is not going to be starting. It's going to be Antonio Gibson, who was starting our running back first snap of the game. Ramondre Stevenson. And late in the game, there was a play where the commentators were like, maybe Gerard Mayo can challenge this. It's close. At the point we were down 30-37, so it's like whatever. But still, immediate next play, J.K. Dobbins touchdown. Mike, you can't make this shit up. And Elliott Wolf, the receivers, Lyle McConkey, you traded down with, and you traded down a safety. I didn't even realize a secondary guy. He's like 4 interceptions on the season. You made that trade to get both Polk and Baker. You know how much catches Polk and Baker combined for today? 0. A good old Shugs bagel. It's just, at the end of the day, I mean, the Patriots did we not have the most cap space last season? What did Elliott Wolf do? Nothing. He just signed backups and re-signed guys as well. The biggest blunder of all of that, not even talking about the Ramondre Stevenson contract right now, looks straight up terrible. He's averaging less than 4 yards per carry, but I'm not going to get too much into him before I get into the real culprit, Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar, my brother in Christ. What the actual fuck happened to you? It feels like every touchdown we give up, Kyle Duggar is the culprit. He cannot tackle to save his life. He was never really good at defending tight ends, which is like one of the primary jobs. But he's also the back help for the tackle if somebody else in the secondary gets beat. That's on his side, or maybe he just maneuvers his way to their side. He's not able to make a tackle. Remember last week, the 45 or 42, whatever yard touchdown from James Cook. Kyle Duggar could have made a tackle. Today, he gets beat by Lyle McConkey on a like nice little fake from him, and then also gets beat as well with the first touchdown of the game as well for the Chargers. It's just like, come on. I think it was Darius Davis. Like, come on, man. Kyle Duggar, brother, it's not looking good for you. Jonathan Jones, put him at safety or corner. It doesn't matter. That nigga is fucking washed. Still missing our guy, Jawan Bentley. I heard that Jelani Tavai was the leading tackler today. That's interesting stat. Gonza gets injured. May gets injured. Keon Way gets injured. Barbour's out for the season. Like, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. So let's get into a couple of notes I had written down. But Elliott Wolf, you are a war criminal. Jalen Polk this season, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lyle McConkey just today, 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I don't know why, it's well, it infuriates the hell out of me. Drake May's ball security is just non-existent. And really just generally pissing me the fuck off is Drake May's connection with Javon Baker is non-existent. Last week, overthrows him. Today, not able to come up with it. Javon Baker is. Throws a good pass to Jalen Polk, who the Patriots could have done Lyle McConkey over, they traded down. But well, I'll get over it. I'm not going to be like, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. At that point, I didn't care. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be one of those guys that complain about Lyle McConkey every single week. Like, I never saw him as anything special. He's Bill Belichick pick written all over him. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not a big NFL scout guy, but look, like a decent prospect out of Georgia. But again, I'm not an expert scout and things like that. So really, at the end of the day, whatever. Need a big time offseason from him though. I don't like him getting Twitter notice, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me check this Ian Rappaport too, actually. Okay, but never mind. He's just tweeting about the Bengals. Whatever. All right, so with 11 minutes remaining in this game, we saw former Washington football team legend, Taylor Heineke in the game. 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and they have the backup quarterback of the game. That is so embarrassing. Jalen Polk still can't catch the football. He got one target all game, hit him right in the hands. Commentators like, oh, maybe this was holding on to him. No. Hit him right in the hands. And the receiver got to catch the ball. Early on in the game, Drake May looked like he potentially got a concussion. Thankfully, he didn't. He ends up stepping out of bounds in the first drive of the game on third down. He gets hit by these fucking terrorists, Cam Hart. And he ends up fumbling out of bounds and doesn't get the first down. By the way, fuck Cam Hart, by the way. Jonathan Jones the holding penalty. Then Drake May goes to the locker room. Jacoby Brissett steps in, overthrows Pop Douglas on like a third down, and then Drake May comes in. He misses one series overall, and then he doesn't play the last series of the game because Brissett's back in. Because the game, at that point, the game was over for a while. But that game, it's just like, get the fuck out the game and just sit on the bench, buddy. Al Duggar gets beat by Darius Davis, who feels like he makes a big play like every game or every other game for the Chargers. He also got a punt return touchdown call back. He just makes big time plays. This is definitely a speedster. At that point it was 7-0 Chargers. And then Gonzo goes to the locker room. He ends up getting put into concussion protocol, missing the remainder of the game. He got a head injury basically midway through the first half. And I also want to shout out Marte Mappa. We got a good hit on Joshua Palmer on 3rd and 8. What's his name? Is making a field goal. It's 10-0. Cameron Dicker, aka Dicker the kicker. Lego Hansen, a face penalty on Vidarian Load. Offensive line today was non-existent. We saw a real offensive line in action. It was not doing the Patriots, the Chargers, with Joe Walt and Rashawn Slater and a couple of other guys as well, like their center Bradley Bozeman. I believe he was from with the Broncos. So yeah, just we saw a real offensive line in action, and the Minnesota Patriots are the worst offensive line in the league. So definitely polar opposites right there. Yeah. That point was 10-0 Chargers. Drake May ends up getting a Drake May, man. We lead the NFL in the fumbles, but Drake May, man, like the backwards pass last week against the Bills. This right here, the strip sack fumbles on him. I mean, come on, man. It's just so fucking infuriating. Ramondre Stevenson's fumble. I don't know if they count these as fumbles for losses. I don't think that, because they just said fumbles for losses. But we tried to do a trick play, tried to flick a pass to the backfield of Pop Douglas, and just fumbled it. Drake May's lack of ball security is beyond infuriating. We have 29 fumbles, the most in the league. The secondary gets beat in the back of the end zone at this point by Lam McConkey. It's a weak ass zone, and shit Duggar can't tackle. That point was what, I think like 17-0 Chargers. Yeah, man, it's just tough. Gonzo ends up getting concussed, and he's out for the game. But I got a positive play though. Drake May, my glorious king, one of his only rare good plays of the game. Free play, Drake May. Y'all talk about free play Aaron Rodgers. We gotta talk about free play Drake May. Guys, remember, he said that Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Ayahuasca, was his quote-unquote GOAT when we played the first game of Thursday Night Football against the Jets. His first career game, he came in to replace Jacoby Brissett for like the final drive of the game, and almost throw a pick on his first play of his NFL career, which almost had me in absolutely down atrocious. But yeah, nice free play, 36-yard touchdown to Pop Douglas. Doing double coverage, good play by Pop, good throw by Drake. Then roughing the passer penalty on Yannick Ngakoue. Did like 2 steps, and then he shoved or tackled, or let's say shoved, whatever. Yannick Ngakoue shoved Justin Herbert to the ground, and then calling in after. I think we got to stop, whatever the hell it was. Holding penalty on Hunter Henry. He had no catch to that point, by the way. I don't think he got a single catch today. So Drake May, man, is his best receiver all season. Hunter Henry today got like minimal targets, and when he did get targets, I don't think he caught a single pass. I vividly remember 3 catches today by Austin Hooper. I don't remember anything for Hunter Henry. So he had more penalties than catches, which has kind of been a little thing with Hunter Henry. Not the more penalties than catches, but the fact that he's gotten these penalties. He's a veteran. He's one of the guys that we trust to, like, these are like rookie mistakes. These aren't like veteran plays. Like, we just re-signed you. You're a captain of the New England Patriots. I think potentially, maybe not, but he's up there if he's not already. Come on, man. We have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. We have one of the worst receiving rooms in the league. The running back room right now is not good, but Ramondre Stevenson averaging less than 4 yards per carry. That shit cannot fucking happen. Then Darius Davis gets a punt return or something. But hey, finally something good happened to the Patriots. Ended up getting called back to a holding penalty. I think an illegal block to the back. Ended up declining that, whatever the hell the other one was, and accepting the holding penalty. So yeah. And then Keon White, aka Mr. Yapper, yapping to the media. People saying he's quitting on the team and he's going the team out and this, that, and the third. Frustrated about losing, and you only had like 2 pressures all game that I vividly recall. After yapping, mind you, Keon White has 1 sack since week 2. He had 2.5 in week 1 against the Bengals and 1.5 in week 2 against the Seahawks, and he has 5 in the season. So 2.5, 1.5, 3.5, 2.5, 1.5, 4, 5 minus 4 is 1. Keon White has 1 sack since week 2, and now he's just a professional yapper, so not ideal whatsoever. Just the lack of pass rush is terrible. We have the trifecta: worst offensive line, worst receiving room, and worst pass rush in the league. Elliot Wolf, man, you got to get the fuck off my team, man. Jesus Christ, this roster is fucking dog shit. Keon White ends up getting injured though. He's coming back to the game, thankfully. Jonathan Jones, I guess, beat by Lamb McConkey for a second touchdown of the game. I don't know why I said that earlier. Lamb McConkey scored his 2nd touchdown. Actually, no, that was Lamb McConkey's 1st touchdown of the game. Yep. This is the 2nd one of the game. He gets beat by Lamb McConkey for the 2nd touchdown of the game. At that point, 27-7 Chargers. Just straight up just fried him, to be honest. Just couldn't outrun him. Couldn't keep up with him. Jonathan Jones is washed. I've been saying it. People are like, oh, he's not washed. He make a couple good plays. And you see, he's not washed. No, the motherfucker is washed. The nigga is washed. Simple as that. Greg May ended up getting sacked on 4th and 2. Chargers hit a field goal at 30-7. Drop back like Mazzarino doesn't challenge a first down call. Immediate give up a touchdown. 37-7 Chargers. Coach Range first game at center. He got an illegal man down field penalty, and he also snapped the ball too early. And Drake May's been taking a sack because of so. Even though DeMonte Jacobs and Vidarian Lowe both got beat pretty quickly, which happens on usual plays, but apparently that was also one of the causes to that as well. So yeah, 40-7. I mean, just straight up, just absolutely brutal. I want to do something different today. I want to look at ESPN so I can see the targets as well. And I'll get into the rest of this. But yeah, man, just absolutely brutal. Next week is our last game of the season. Thank the heavens. We're currently on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game losing streak, probably 7 after next week's game against the Buffalo Bills. And we just went toe to toe with them and blew a 14-0 lead. So nice shot, man. All right, so starting off with the Patriots and Drake May, probably one of the lowest, definitely the lowest full game of Drake May all season, even though he missed 1 drive, didn't play the last drive of the game. Just not a good game for him whatsoever, going against a good Chargers defense. Drake May, 12 of 22 today, 117 yards a touch. So he finally didn't throw a pick though, so we like to see. He was sacked 4 times though. Brissett coming in 1 for 2 with -2 yards. Antonio Gibson on the ground, 12 carries, 63 yards. Drake May 6 for 32. Mondre Stevenson, man, 2 carries for 1 yard. Whoever had Mondre in fantasy football in their championship game, I'm in my like 2nd round out of 3. 2 carries for 1 yard. My brother in Christ, that shit fucking stinks. That shit stinks. Pop Douglas today, 4 catches, 46 yards, and a free play touchdown courtesy of Drake May right here.
This is why he's got the best yards per carry in the league. Here's a free play.
Yeah, Bud Dupree jumped and May wisely throws it downfield, and is a play made? Pop Douglas pops up, and he is into the end zone.
Shout out to Pop, caught 4 of his 5 targets. Nice 36-yard touchdown, made a nice play. Shout out to Pop, man. Shout out to Pop, very solid receiver. Kayshon Bouttie's been coming on this season. 4 catches for 28 yards and his 5 targets. Kendrick Bourne, 2 for 22 in his 4 targets. Austin Hooper, 3 for 19, caught all 3 of his targets. Hunter Henry was targeted twice, no receptions. Antonio Gibson was targeted once, no receptions. Jalen Polk, second round receiver, was targeted once, hit him right in the hands, no receptions. Ramondre Stevenson, 1 target, no catches. And Javon Baker, 1 target, no catches as well. So Drake May threw the ball to 5 guys for 6 targets, and they didn't catch it. So not ideal whatsoever. Drake May ends up getting another fumble, so he still can't go game without a turnover, which is just not ideal at all. 10 tackles today from Jelani Tavai. Any quarterback hits today? We got a quarterback hit from Anthony Jennings and Keon White. And Yannick did get a quarterback hit, but it was really just a roughing the passer penalty. So I guess it's good for his stats, but not ideal. Another quarterback hit from Dietrich Wise today as well. No sacks from the worst pass rush in the NFL. No pass. Actually, we did have 1 pass deflection from Alex Austin. And a tackle for loss from Isaiah Bolden. And that was pretty much it. So not ideal whatsoever. Now on to the Chargers. Herbert today. It was slinging it to really everybody, especially the Lab McConkey, though. 26 of 38, 281 yards, 3 touchdowns. Herbert is one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and against a pretty bad defense, he definitely fried us. Let's just call this spade a spade. Shout out to Herbo. Players Tua, by the way. Taylor Heineke over 2 today. Dobbins on the ground was pretty solid. 19 carries, first game back for him. Was injured previously. Just came back, of course, relatively soon, but of course he had to be back against us. Fucking freak. 19 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Hassan Haskins, 8 for 30. Monty Vidal, 5 for 24. Herbert, 3 for 12. Heineke, 1 for 8. Darius Davis had 1 for -3. Receiving wise, Lamba Conkey doing Lamba Conkey things. 8 catches, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Quentin Johnson, Mr. Bricks for Hands, Samuel Claire's Polk, unfortunately. 5 for 48. Josh Palmer, the great route runner, 4 for 41. Darius Davis, TCU legend and the speed demon himself, 2 for 29 and a touchdown. Stone Smart, 2 for 23. Will Disley, 2 for 21. Hassan Atkins, 1 for 10. Tucker Fish, no idea who the hell that is, 1 for 8. Probably a fullback or something, I guess. J.K. Apple, 1 for 7. Didn't even know that DJ Chark was even on the Chargers. Didn't even know he's in the league, to be quite frank. No catches on his 4 targets, and Dow no catches in his 2 targets. No fumbles for the Chargers. They did recover them with Derwin James. Also had 2 sacks today. The demon himself trying to make another Pro Bowl push. Star right there. Leading tackler today was Christian Fulton for the Chargers, who also had a tackle for loss. 2 tackles for loss from Tuli Tuipulotu, 2 from Derwin James, 1 from Khalil Mack, 1 from Deanne Leonard, and after they had 3. They had 1 from Khalil Mack, 1 from Deanne Leonard, and 1 from the fucking war criminal himself, Cam Hart. Quarterback hits, they had 5, 1 from Junior Colson, 2 for Derwin James, 2 for Khalil Mack, and yeah. They also had interception. They didn't have an interception. They had 4 sacks today. They had 2 sacks from Derwin James, 1 for Tuli Tuipulotu, and they also 1 from Khalil Mack. Punk still got it. So yeah, being tackler as well. I forgot to mention total tackles. Yeah, Christopher and Troy Dye. Also, number 22, Elijah Molden. He was playing with a knee injury, I saw, and he got injured like twice in a matter of 1 drive at the end of the game. So hopefully he's fine. To the kick returns for the Patriots, 3 for 90 for Alex Erickson, a 34-yarder. Put up on the practice squad. He's been solid, I guess, in terms of that. 3 for 90, 30 yards per kick return. To give him a 1 for 17, 17-yard kick return. Alex Harrison, 1 for 15 on the punt return, 15 yards per punt. Joey Slye did not make a single field goal today. He made his 1 extra point in the game, so he had 1 point today. Hoorah. Bryce Behringer, 4 punts for 220 yards, 55 yards per punt, 2 out of 20, and his longest punt was 64 yards. So the fact that Bryce Behringer again is one of our better punters is fucking hysterical. So it's not one of our better punters, it's one of our better players like he was last season once again. But now we have Drake May and Chris Gonzalez and Keon White. So maybe he's not a top 3 player anymore like he was probably last season. Pop Douglas as well. But I digress. Not too much positivity because we fucking stink. No receptions for both teams though. Darius Davis, 1 for 17 on the kick return, 17 yards per kick return. Harvard returns 2 for 18, 9 yards per punt. Cameron Dicker the kicker, trying to make another Pro Bowl push. Made all 4 of his field goals, including a long 41-yarder. He made one like towards the end of the first half that didn't look like it was in, but checking the replay a couple times, it was in. It just barely was good. Had 16 points, made all 4 of his extra points. J.K. Scott, Bama legend, 2 punts for 92 yards, 46 yards per punt. When it's at the 20, his longest was 53 yards. Now onto the total stats, and then we'll go into Tankathon and see what the Patriots pick right now is going to be talking about. So according to this, the Patriots total yards today was 181, 428 from the Chargers to our 181. Rather ew. See, I don't think these are real stats. This season we had 85 passing yards, which isn't right because Drake May had like 112. So I don't think that makes any sense, but whatever. Whatever. Rushing yards 147 to 196. Most of that was like Drake May and AG. Ronchi gave us 1 yard. Fucking terrorist war criminal getting paid $9 million a season to put up less than 4 yards per carry and fumble. And just be a war criminal. Just not good at all so far, unfortunately. Yards per play 3.8 to the Chargers 5.6. They had 29 first downs. We had 11. They were 10 for 17 on third down. We were 2 for 10. On fourth down, they were 2 for 2. We were 0 for 3. They had 77 total plays to our 48. We allowed 4 sacks. They allowed 0. We punted the ball 4 times. They punted the ball twice. We had 7 penalties for 60 yards. They had 6 for 54. We lost 1 fumble. They didn't. We both didn't throw a single interception. Time of possession was dominated by the Chargers. 40 minutes and 34 seconds of the Chargers compared to our 19 minutes and 26 seconds. Now, next week we go up against the Bills. Should be another shellacking. Hopefully it's the last game of Gerard Mayo. If not, then next week. But boom, I'm gonna toe the Bills. Now next week they'll show us who's really king. They'll show us that shit was a fluke and they're about to dominate us and hopefully put a bow on the season. The Gerard Mayo's tenure as the New England Patriots head coach, as well as the war criminal himself, Elliot Wolf and Gerard Mayo, as I like to call him, combination Hitler and Stalin. So yeah, right now I just took a peek right before, but press Patriots still have the 2nd overall pick with the Giants at number 1 with a record of 2-13. Probably get that boy Cam Ward or my dog Shedeur Sanders to the Patriots right now. We potentially trade down and draft Travis Hunter at 3-13. At number 3, the Jags also with a record of 3-12. Titans at 4, the record of 3-12. Browns at 5, with a record of 3-12. Raiders looking for a quarterback, able to trade down with them. They get Shedeur, we get somebody else. They're sitting at 6th with a record of 3-12. Bears 7th with a record of 4-12. Panthers with a record of 4-11 at 8th. Jets with a record of 4-11 at 9th. And the Saints with a record of 5-10 at 10th after that fake 2-0 start where the people thought they were good. And crime rates went down in New Orleans and then went back up because Derek Carr and the Saints are war criminals. Dennis Allen is now fired. And it's never been more over for the Saints. Once again in cap hell. So yeah. Pass lose 47 still remain a top 2 pick. Travis Hunter welcome to the Patriots. D. Higgins welcome to the Patriots. Trey Smith welcome to the Patriots. But other than that, yo, that is the video. Make sure to go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, Mr. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok to your boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.